If you have no idea what these products are, I don't blame you. I mean, obviously they're headphones and they're clearly made by nothing, but the naming scheme, guys, the naming scheme. You can't have a product called the Nothing Ear and then Nothing Ear 2 and then follow it up with the Nothing Ear and then Nothing Ear A. How does this fit in the product stack? They say this is supposed to help improve clarity. Included accessories are a little tiny USB-C cable, 3 different sizes of ear tips, but silly names aside, there's a lot to like here. Priced at $99 and $149 US. These things supposedly pack a ton of performance into a very reasonable size package. If I was nothing, I'd be saying it's gonna be a whole new era. Okay, in all seriousness though, hold on a second. Before we play around too much with these things, let's talk about the differences between the 2 SKUs. They both offer over 8 hours of playback if you have active noise cancellation off, and only about half of that if you have active noise cancellation on, and it's even less if you're on the phone. So while the active noise cancellation has been described as pretty darn good, although not on par with the AirPods Pros, it is going to come at a significant cost for battery life. Both of them run for about 40 hours if you include the batteries in the case, and you don't have ANC enabled, and both are compatible with the Nothing X app, which can be used to tune the EQ profiles, which is, by the way, something you're probably going to want to do given that they're a little on the bass heavy side out of the box, even if their overall clarity is actually quite nice and very competitive with even higher end audio brands for the price. By the way, shout out headphones.com for putting together these frequency response curves for us. If you guys want to check those out, we're gonna have them linked down below. Now let's talk about some differences. The Ear A's, the less expensive ones, are available in this fun yellow color, so you could look fun like this, while the ears are only available in their classic colors, although I gotta say, I am loving their industrial design on these things. They're apparently using a super clear plastic, some kind of polyurethane material that gives it a very glass-like transparency of about, 89%. Also, inside, it's got ceramic drivers rather than the more traditional drivers in the Ear A. And in practice, we did find that this improved clarity and the soundstage, though by 50%, because we're going from $99 to $150, that's a lot tougher of a sell, but definitely some improvement. Of course, I haven't listened to them yet. This is all notes from the labs and from headphones.com so far. Gotta say, I am not finding the case to be the most intuitive thing in the world, but it's not bad. I think I could get used to it, and it's pretty packable. It's bulkier. Yep, definitely bulkier. Man, if it was me, just for the size of the case alone, I think I would be leaning toward the Ear A's. Speaking of cases, the ears are IP55 rated, which honestly I find kind of hard to believe. Like, this doesn't seem to have any kind of meaningful seal in it. I don't see how that's gonna keep any water out. Whereas the Ear A, see, I don't know what to call these things. You had a perfectly good naming scheme, sort of ish, and then you've made it even worse. Sorry, the Ear A's are IPX2. Anyway, they both have USB-C charging and will get you about 10 hours of playback on 10 minutes of charging, which is pretty good as far as fast charging goes. And the ears have wireless charging at 2.5 watts, so if you want to vampirically sap power off of your phone, then you can absolutely do that, or you could just use a wireless charger. I guess that's also an option. Can I just say, shout out having a pairing button. Like, seriously. I hate, obviously it works fine, but I hate having to go dig up the manual for my freaking wireless headphones. Every time I want to connect them, I have to have them in the case and you have to like press on one of them or something. I can never remember. Like, Apple has made it clear they will eliminate buttons whenever possible. Even they have a pairing button, so just include it. Oh, wow, that active noise cancellation's not bad. Hold on a second. First, let me just have a look at, okay, oh, there's squeeze. It makes a little breathing noise. Oh, that's weird. Like someone breathing in your ear noise. Hopefully that's something you can configure. Nice clear indicators for the sides are nice to see too. Look at that. Big red dot, big white dot, big red dot, big white dot. Actually, wow. Those really stay in. Very comfortable for me, although some folks did complain that they didn't have enough assortment of ear tip sizes. I'm finding the medium's perfect for me though. You can configure the controls for them. So single pinch is not configurable. That's how you answer calls and all that, but you can long press, you can double press and hold. Ooh, you can configure that to some action. On the right, I've got noise control, and then on the left, I've got Voice Assistant, which can apparently include ChatGPT. That's been pre-configured for me on the white one, so maybe we'll try that in a minute. And this is a funny one. Headphones.com pointed out that turning bass enhance off doesn't seem to work for now, but turning it on and all the way to the lowest will serve to turn the bass down a little bit compared to what is the default. Low lag mode will apparently enable by default when you're in game mode and achieves about 100 milliseconds of latency, it said, 112? That sounds like a lot because it is, but realistically, Bluetooth 5.3 hasn't got any magic bullet to solve audio latency once and for all. This is cool. Their ANC includes a fit test, so it can actually compensate if there's louder noises or even if you don't have as good of a seal. And with the ears, if you pay the extra $50, they've got a personal EQ configurator that will kind of play test sounds and then try to create a curve that will match your hearing. And actually, Gary from the lab said that it worked quite well for him. They had to really chop out a lot of the high end. He's getting kind of up there in age, so. he's right here. I wouldn't say that about him except right to his face. Oh, but first, we should probably listen to this message from our sponsor.
And it's dbrand. All I've been told is that it's something to do with Nothing's earphones. Imagine if they used the resources that they dedicate to pranking me for something constructive. Maybe they could build a clear phone case that doesn't have problems. Oh my God, how many boxes do I need to open? Another box. Yo, Linus, we heard you like unbox. So we put an unbox in your unbox so you can unbox while you unbox. You know, I don't think it says anywhere in my contract that I have to play along with these jerk-offs. Oh my God. This is truly riveting television. Packing peanut. We don't make anything for this device. Go to shortlinus.com to see what they do make.
YouTube music, here we go. Is this logged in as Jake? Can I mess with him? Well, he seems like probably a Coco Melon enthusiast. I mean, Crazy Frog for sure. Definitely Nicki Minaj. Leonard Cohen, you know what? Sure. Done. Just be like, who are you? Oh wait, welcome Linus. Oh no, whose account am I in? No! All right, well, I guess we're gonna be listening to some stuff then. Wow, live from the Ed Sullivan Show. Do you remember this performance? Can't hear a word you're saying, got the ANC on. One moment, please. Did you find at any point that it felt like there might be too much stereo separation on these things? Good gravy, it sounds like half of the singers are way over there and half of them are over there. I mean, most people wouldn't complain about a wide soundstage. Let's find something a little more modern though, just so I can have some idea what the clarity's like. I definitely see what you mean about the bass heaviness though. It's a lot, it's kind of beatsy. Decent clarity, especially compared to some of the early beat stuff, but it's a little much. I gotta say, even in the non-ANC mode, these don't have pass-through, do they? That's a big missing point, because even though I can kinda hear through them, they still isolate really well. And if I wanted to be able to have any situational awareness while I'm wearing my earphones, this would be a knock against them. Oh, no, I have transparency on right now. I couldn't even tell. This is cool. They have adaptive noise cancellation though, so it can detect if you're in a really heavy environment like on an airplane or a lighter environment like a coffee shop, for example, and amp it up or down. Yeah, that transparency, man, is... I'd want to be able to turn the bass enhancement off entirely, but they sound really good. Obviously, it's been a couple of years and the industry has made a lot of progress on active noise cancellation, but that pressure sound that you used to get with the older implementations, I get none of that on these. What's the general consensus on the Nothing Ear headphones? Hilarious. The Nothing Ear One headphones were released in July 2021. They got a ton of attention for their unique design and features. That is what I'm talking about. Your own assistant on your own headphones has no idea what product I'm asking about because your naming scheme makes no sense, Nothing. Okay, they're also super bass heavy. This seems like even more. Maybe I haven't adjusted the EQ yet. Bass enhance. Oh God, it's already at level 1. Yeah, that doesn't seem to do anything, does it? It's a shame because like her vocals sound great if they weren't being overpowered. If you weren't side-by-siding them though, honestly, I think you'd be hard-pressed to tell the difference between the sound signature of these two headphones. So unless you're really into the wireless charging, the additional battery life, the better IP rating of the case, and the more comprehensive tuning controls, man, the Ear A's kind of looking killer. Subscribe to ShortCircuit.